I was starting a brand new Etsy and print-on-demand shop in 2025, I would focus in on these three key areas: planning, launching, and scaling my Etsy shop. In today's video, we're going to break down all three key areas for you to consider as you're building and launching and scaling your very own Etsy shop in 2025. Let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, in phase one, it's all about strategic planning. We want to make sure that you have a really great time and have some fun to plan out what your niche is, who you want to serve, what are products that you want to have in your shop, and you really want to do some market research. Now, I see my clients all the time get stuck in this phase, so here's what I want to tell you to do. I want you to give yourself a time limit. I don't want you to feel like you need to spend months and or years in the strategic planning phase. I want you to take on the mindset of someone that really is someone who doesn't know what they don't know. And by that, I like to say that to inspire you. You're going to learn so much more by taking action, making decisions, and pushing through so that, guess what? You will then get new experiences to make decisions from later. The fact here is you can only do so much planning, so much research, and so much looking around on the internet trying to figure out what to sell. At some point, there's never going to be anyone to come in and be like, hey, you've got enough information, go take action. So I like to give this a really tight timeline. You should be able to do this in 7 to 14 days. There's no reason you should be in this phase for more than 7 to 14 days. Because here's the thing, when it comes to strategic planning, you just need to see some shops that you are inspired by. What are the key products they're all selling? What is the area and customer you want to serve? And really dive in to what their needs are and what designs are all these shops that you kind of are inspired by. What are their similarities? What do you think their top sellers are? What do you see people buying from them? That is what you want to do in the market research phase. If you're inside my program, Passive Earner Society, we give you a full competitor analysis spreadsheet and give you a lot of questions that you can ask when you're in that phase. Phase number 2 is all about launching, and we like to cover mindset right out of the gate. Because when you're launching your shop, you actually are taking actions for your future self. It is very common when you are starting a business to not see results for anywhere for 6 to 12 to 18 months, possibly. Luckily, with Etsy shops and when you're in programs, our typical student sees results in 30 to 90 days. But for a lot of us, we have to decide today that we're working on something that we may not see the fruits of it for a very long time. I like to go ahead and give that caveat because so many of my clients are not going to see results right away, and I want you to prepare for that. When you do a little work and you see no fruit from it, I want you to be like, oh yeah, Tanner told me to expect this, right? Instead of, oh my gosh, I did all this work in launching, nothing's happened yet, I'm a failure, this doesn't work for me, I shouldn't be selling, and so on and so forth. So start thinking about a successful seller mindset. What does a successful seller do? They show up every day. They make 1% improvements. They're continually working on their craft to make it better and improve every single day. And that's what you need to decide before you even launch. Because you are going to have to do some work. You're going to have to figure out what your first 5 listings should be, what your first 10 listings should be, what your first 20 listings should be. And to be quite frank, you may not know exactly what is going to sell, and that's okay. The best part about this journey is figuring out what you think is best, coming up with a bunch of hypotheses, doing a lot of work in designing and listing, and then seeing what happens. I really invite you in this section. The number one feeling that I want you to cultivate is curiosity. I want you to be curious. I want you to be excited to try to figure out what is going to work well for you, what is going to work well for your shop, what can you do different, and then be curious and not be so, it has to take off today, it has to work today, and just bring a lot more curiosity in that mindset, in that business, so that you can really scale and grow your Etsy shop in 2025. All right, the third piece that you need are your scaling habits. I love to break everything down into really clear, digestible habits. So what I want you to do is grab a sheet of paper and ask yourself, what is the actions that a successful Etsy seller takes every day, every week? And I want you to kind of make a list. And I want you to do this from a really empowered place as someone who may want to be an Etsy seller that is successful, that may not be one yet. Look at all the different shops and think about what they're doing. How often are they looking at their shop? How often are they looking at their analytics? How often are they making new listings? How often are they adjusting listings, taking things down, putting new things up, so on and so forth, right? You have to be very, very clear at what it looks like to be a successful seller. Because here's the thing, my friends, to launch, scale, and grow your business, it does not go happen on accident. You have to decide you want it, and you have to create habits that are going to help you work to improve your shop every single week, every single day, every single month, so that by the end of the year, you're like, dang, I made quite a bit of money, I learned so much, and I set myself up for a really successful next year. That's what it's going to take with our 3 simple frameworks. So if you are ready to learn more, if you want to get my full in-depth training on the 5 things I would do to get my first or my next craft sale, check out the link right down below. I have a free training. It's completely free. Just put your name, your email in. I'll send it over to you and you can enjoy it right now. It is one of my best trainings to help you get a clear understanding of how it works to have a print-on-demand shop. I go behind the scenes of some of our very own print-on-demand shops, and I can't wait for you to check it all out. So check that out, first link down below, and I'll see you back here real soon. If you learned something new, be sure to leave me a comment and let me know what you learned down below. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Winning on Etsy looks like these 5 things, and I want you to let me know in the comments down below how many of these 5 things are you already using and which ones are you going to start using at the end of the video. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Y'all, it's 2025 and it's time to leverage AI in your business, all right? I want you to understand that you need to be using AI for research and optimization of your listings. Here at Makers Gonna Learn, we have a program called Passive Earners Society, and we recently rolled out our very own programmed and trained AI bot for our clients. It's called Sales Booster, and this is an amazing platform where all you do is drag and drop in your listing photo, and then our software goes to work writing your title, writing your description, and dividing out and giving you your tags. It's a really phenomenal software that our clients have been loving because you're able to interact with the AI, be able to give it more information, clarify things with it, and it's essentially a virtual assistant for you in your business. So if you're a mighty team of one, leveraging AI will allow you to take your business to that next level, and I'm super excited to help you guys understand how to do that inside our programs and inside of our software. If for some reason you're not inside of our programs, you always can use ChatGPT to understand and get started with AI today completely for free. I own a very large business and I still use the free ChatGPT for many, many things. Be sure to play around with it, and if you have questions about it, leave it down below because it is such a powerful tool that sometimes it can get overwhelming, and the secret with AI is that you have to give it really clear and consistent prompts, because the more that you are able to give it, the more you're able to get back when using artificial intelligence for you and your business. Number 2, you need to be creating high quality, unique products that are customizable. We love, love, love helping people get really unique and customized ideas and gifts from our shops on Etsy. These sell so well when you're able to add a personalized touch. And what's really fun is when you mesh personalization and print on demand, and that's where your business can really explode for little to no work on your end. When it comes to personalized items, buyers are constantly looking for things that can be personalized for their touch, that can really help you kind of stand out compared to everyone else on the platform. Because when you think about it, to do something personalized, it takes a little bit more work, and you're going to have to probably charge a little bit more for it. So if you really want to stand out, we think personalized items is something really, really important to consider when you think about your Etsy shop this year. Now, number 3, you must be building a brand with a really great brand presence. There's something about buyers when you're shopping in this day and age that if you don't have a cohesive storefront, if you don't have cohesive listings that coordinate together, that really looks like a strong brand, people are not going to have the know, like, and trust that they would if this is their first time seeing your shop, they're hesitant to buy, they poke around your shop, and nothing looks cohesive and together. There's something about being able to build trust with a consumer really, really quickly when you have a really strong brand presence. Remember, a lot of times I like to put myself in the lens of the buyer and be like, if I've never saw this shop before, if I knew nothing about them, what would my first thoughts be? This is a really great question to ask yourself when you're thinking about building a really strong visual presence. You want to have really cohesive mock-ups, backgrounds, banners, logos, and even color schemes. Someone in our program recently talked about how they only use about 12 colors in all their listings to help them create a brand presence that really is unique and stands out of the crowd, so that when someone who has no idea who Tanner Bell is comes to my shop, they're gonna be like, hey, he knows what he's doing, it all looks good, it all feels good, I trust this brand enough to give them my money. That is what everyone's fighting for on Etsy, so you really have to be able to stand out from the crowd. Next up is offering amazing customer experience. What we mean by that is making sure that you're giving people all the right information, you're over-delivering, you're answering questions even before someone asks them after they've purchased, right? And of course, being able to respond within, I would say less than 24 hours. I would actually say closer to 4 hours, 6 hours, for sure less than 12 ideally, especially during the day and working time. I want to make sure that you are aware to provide really great customer service is just what people are looking for. It's kind of like when you think about people expecting free shipping because of Amazon and Amazon Prime, people are also expecting just great customer service. So if you want to get repeat buyers, show up for that by being sure to over-deliver information to your client before they ask, and then when they do ask a question, be prompt, be resourceful, and always take really great care of your customers. Next up, we want to encourage you guys to diversify your revenue streams. If you're currently doing physical items, maybe consider adding print on demand. If you're doing print on demand, maybe add a section of your shop that's all about digital downloads. This will help diversify your income streams, allow you to be making a little bit more passive income, and really take your store to the next level. Imagine if you had a digital shop and you started offering those designs in different things like printed posters, being able to do sweatshirts, blankets, and so much more, and vice versa. Think about what your existing customer is buying and what could you start selling in a different category to complement that. That is something super, super great to consider when you're wanting to add and increase your average cart value at your shop. That way they can see what you've already got. You can do very minimal work, maybe reuse some of your designs and just use them in unique ways so that you could increase your passive income and see more orders coming in at a higher frequency and at a higher value cart than just the category that you're using right now. There's no reason why you can't do a mix of all 3 or 2 of our different tracks inside of our program. Our bonus tip right here is for you to stay adaptable. Keep adapting, stay at the cusp of any trends, and be ready to really dive into the algorithm, and whatever you see is working, you start working it too. A lot of times we stay stuck in just where we're at and we're unwilling to get out of our rut to try something new. I encourage you, my friends, to stay moving, stay looking for something new, and have a lot of fun with the journey. If you want to learn my full in-depth, completely free training on how you can master the 5 shifts to your next craft sale, check it out right down below. It's a free training. It's like drinking from a fire hose. I am gonna make sure you have everything you need to take your business to the next level this year. If you're ready, go ahead and register for it down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Here's the thing. So many people want to work from home. So many people want to have their creative side hustle, but they're too scared to really dive into it because they're afraid of what could happen. Not enough people are considering what is possible, what can happen for them on the upside. So many people spend so much time thinking about the negative instead of even considering the what if everything works out. What if you start selling your crafts and it turns into your business? I mean, if you really think about how I built my business, like I literally started selling handmade cards. And I say this because I had no idea what was possible after I started selling my cards. I started posting videos and I started selling my services. And I used to get paid $25 for making a craft YouTube video. And here's the thing, I was so excited about that somebody would pay me for making a video and I didn't have to do anything else. Like I was literally selling the video. But I say all that to say, it's 2024. So many people want to learn how to be creative, how to make money being creative. And here's the thing, you just have to start. There's no like secret success formula that you just have to do to have success. The success happens after you just do it scared, after you start posting, after you put yourself out there. You will not believe what is able to happen. Now, it is 2024. So many people are having to go back to the office, not get work from home. Like, I think the way of making money from the comfort of your home is so important now more than ever, to have that freedom, to have that flexibility. Why is no one talking about it? Like, why is no one talking about being able to make and sell your items on your own schedule, you know, buy your own book to your own standard, not having to work for anyone else? Like, no one's talking about that enough. So here's what I did. I put together a completely free roadmap. It's linked down below. It's completely free. Check it out. I've laid out the exact roadmap for you to go from starting to selling today. This is not a long drawn out process. Okay, this is not a long drawn out process whatsoever. This is a process that you can follow today to be making money. Because here's the thing, when you have a job, how often do you get paid? You get paid once every 2 weeks, once a week, or once a month, okay? What if you started seeing multiple people paying you? What if you started working for 5 people, 10 people? Like, literally, that is possible. You would not believe how many clients we have helped go from making $0 to their first $500 to their first $1,000 and then be able to repeat it. Like, that's the thing. Once you figure out how to do this one time, you can repeat it over and over, and you can do it as many times as you let yourself. So many of my clients don't want to make more money and they're happy at where they're at, and I think that's so beautiful. But I know there's so many of you out there that want to develop the skill of selling. They want to make their own money. They want to have their own success, and they want to quit their job and replace it. And that's what I love, and I think that's what people aren't talking about more often. Like, once you figure out how to make $1, that means you can figure out how to make $2. That means you can figure out how to make $3, and you can rinse and repeat it. You can keep absorbing new skills to continue to make more money. But the thing is, once you have the skill of selling your crafts, you have everything. Once you have the ability to put yourself out there, be able to take the what if criticism, heck, to deal with criticism, you are going to have success. Because as soon as you train yourself to overcome it and be able to push through when it gets a little tough, or when you get a little scared, or when you don't know how it's gonna work out, and you become someone that can solve problems, that's all you're doing as a business owner, is solving a problem for someone else. It's so special, it's so awesome. So here's what I wanna invite you to do. I've put together this full roadmap. Me and my team have spent a lot of time on it. It's completely free. So I've linked it down below. All you gotta do is grab it. This is gonna be the roadmap to the start. Today is the first day of your success, of you making money, because guess what? You have an amazing opportunity at your fingertips. I know you have the supplies. I know you have the skill. The only thing you're missing is this roadmap to where you can go and start selling your crafts today. doesn't have to be tomorrow. Stop delaying it. Make the goal today. Check out the roadmap, leave me a comment, let me know what you need help with. I am making a ton of these videos all month long, so I want to hear from you. So be sure to leave me a comment, and I'll see you back here in the next video.